The first caution flag of the night waves in Daytona up in turns 3 and 4. And Jimmie Johnson is caught up right in the middle of it. He had dropped to the back.
The 9 car come up. You see the flames come out of the 54 car right here. You saw the flames come out, and it checks the whole lineup.
4 wide.
Yes.
They start checking up. Accordion. Stenhouse gets in the back of Hemrick. And then the worst one was Jimmie Johnson. Now, I will say, not much damage on that car.
He doesn't have a lot of damage, Clint, but if we can get a shot of the right front of Jimmie Johnson's car, it's going to come down to how low that splitter is. But you see all these cars check up, and Jimmie Johnson's at the back of the field, and they just check up harder than he expects and just gets into the side of the 3 as they're trying to avoid the 31. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad on the right front there, Clint.
A little bump from Stenhouse was all it took to get Daniel Hemrick turned to the right into the wall.
Yeah, and that's no fault of Stenhouse there. He's just at the back of the accordion.
Let's ride with Jimmie Johnson. That's the view from the Creed Tour in-car camera.
Coming to 10 to go. Coming to 10 to go.
And guys, I can't tell you how hard it is coming off that banking onto those skid blocks underneath the car. You see his head bouncing around. These cars are very violent when you wreck, and these guys are taking big shots that you can really see in that camera angle.
Again, it was just all the groups coming together from that green flag pit stop that basically had essentially 3 groups. They all merged together. They were coming on them fast. Had to check up, big checkups. Block.
It'll be 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Yeah, we saw the middle of the pack there, Joey Logano, get really tight. These cars are all stuffed up against each other, and they know they have to push and shove, but the handling on the 22 is definitely tight.
And that tight, you said Joey Logano got tight off of 4, really slowed that lineup on the bottom. Hendrick car is strong on this outside.
Johnson is going to have to make his own lane to hold off Yaley as they battle for the lead up front. Larson edges out ahead.
Elliott made the move to the bottom, went for the win. Here comes Reddick to the inside.
Power move by Tyler Reddick's Toyota. And way up high goes the 5.
Too big a hit by Bowman. Got Larson loose.
Way outside is Yaley trying to hold off Johnson. Here they come to the line. Johnson ahead of Yaley, and for the win, Tyler Reddick for Toyota.
And Jimmie Johnson's ahead of Yaley.
Look at him.
He did it.
That all half finds himself up there leading the race.
Blaney went to move up, make a pass. Byron blocked him. Got him really stacked up.
Byron Blaney
Turned
into
around.
the wall.
Kyle Busch.
And just like last year, Blaney gets caught up in the big one.
Looks like he's getting out okay. Saw it coming. He made the move. Byron made the block, and it just got him stacked up behind him and started tank swapping, and it was gone. Side draft, and then just stacked him up behind him.
Kyle Busch got into the back of the 24 and turned him sideways.
And did Brad Keselowski get into the back of Kyle Busch?
Tore up a lot of good race cars, Clint. Man, you hate to see that in these qualifying races.
Yeah, Keselowski, as you mentioned, he was right there in the middle of it as well. See.
Yeah, and I think this is going to start with this car right here. Blaney's going to pull up.
Yeah, but
and what's going to happen here is Brad Keselowski's into the back of the 8, who you can see
Look at
the
him
flames
lifting,
coming
yeah.
out of Kyle Busch's car, trying to keep from getting into the back of the 24, but the 6 is pushing Kyle Busch so hard that he can't get checked up. You saw the flames come out of the pipes.
Doesn't take much. That
No.
movement, as soon as he moved and made it, it was kind of a late block, but it was still a good block. And when Blaney went back down to the bottom, it just stacked them up and they run them over from behind. You saw them all lift, just like you said. Flames tell all sign when they come out of those pipes that they're lifting, but it accordions faster at 200 miles an hour. Now this 12 car, Ryan Blaney, he's the one that took the shot.
Oh,
That's a heavy hit. Right rear, right into the wall, head on like that. Doesn't get any harder, Kevin.
that is one of the hardest hits that you can take in a race car, when you get turned in the middle of the straightaway, right front into the wall. And it is so violent. And I'm so happy to see him put that window net down quick. I know the car was on fire and he was in a hurry, but you could hear it in his voice how bad it hurt. And you're going to see him shoot up right here.
Yeah. You hear him go back to the gas, saving grace. Thank goodness for that wall. You saw the energy that it absorbed on that outside safer barrier.
Yeah, and there's a couple cars that sneak through there. Yeah, great.
I saw B.J. McLeod get hit 4 different times in that melee. At least 11 cars involved with 13 laps to go in Daytona. Red flag at Daytona with 13 laps to go. Here, checkered flag, and this battle to qualify is just as good as race 1.
This outside line's forming. These Fords are going for it. Big time push by Cindric into Harrison Burton. Here they come. You see Bell move up and slow that momentum, Kevin.
Yeah, he blocked the Fords there with the momentum, and he's going to try to use that. And Denny Hamlin with another aggressive block, and Bell right back in front of the 21.
Almost too aggressive. Not almost. It was too aggressive. Got him down. The momentum goes to the outside with Bell.
Burton just couldn't squeeze down, so Cindric does. Goes underneath Harrison Burton, and it's Austin Cindric chasing Christopher Bell for the win. Gralla, McLeod right together side by side. One of them makes it. One of them goes home. Here we come to the line. Christopher Bell's going to win it. Second is Cindric, and making the Daytona 500 appears to be Kaz Gralla.
Harrison Burton was really hoping he was going to get that help and stay with him off of forward by Cindric. Cindric went for it on the bottom.
He's not going to be happy about that.
No.
You know, I think being on the same team, I think.
Right behind him, Matt Crafton, the 3-time series champion in that bright yellow 88. And there goes Crafton. And we've got a crash. Gray around, the same for Sanchez.
Stuart Friesen in it.
Ty Dillon in the 25.
Dillon into the outside wall in hard contact with that Moffitt. Raja.
6 laps in. And we have our first caution of the night.
As you see Matt Mills right there, he barely avoided that. He had dropped to the back, and he barely avoided that.
Lots of damage to Moffitt's truck.
How big is this, though, for Matt Mills? You stay out of the...
Very, very difficult to manage. This is what Matt Crafton was talking about, as you see Eckes in the blue Napa truck right behind Crafton. Just turned him a little bit sideways. Lane Riggs, look at that job he's doing.
Yeah, then he got into the 15. Crafton got into the 15 of Tanner Gray. There's Ty Dillon getting into the outside wall of the red and white. I mean, white and blue truck, excuse me.
You see, Crafton was about a half truck length up high on the back of Tanner Gray.
Tough break for Stuart Friesen there, the 52 Halmar truck.
Wow. Look at that dirt.
This would be a great shot of it here.
Right there.
He hit Lane Riggs hard. Watch Lane Riggs, that yellow truck, avoid the 15 of Tanner Gray.
Just slipped right through there, didn't he? Great job.
Looks like, is that Taylor Gray? Maybe Corey Heim avoiding Ty Dillon.
And did you see all the dirt that Grant Enfinger kicked up in the infield? Hopefully he can get that truck repaired.
Raja, the 71, also getting some damage.
Remember our buddy Ben Rhodes going to the back of the pack? He was making some ground. Let's ride with him and see what it looked like from his viewpoint. Wow.
And we saw him right behind Jake Garcia, and we saw that.
Here's a list of those drivers involved in the accident. You see Lane Riggs making his Daytona debut.
You sure it's just 5 to go in the first stage?
Look at that. There you go. Oh. Keep your eye on 98. He's got his hands full. Mike's. Ooh. Up the middle. Decided better of it.
Caution's out. Lawless Allen with a problem in the 33.
Yeah, Lawless had some damage from that first.
There goes the right rear tire.
Yeah.
On the 33 truck. He just spins around.
See if we can see some debris coming off that truck. Look, maybe the splitter apparatus off the front of that truck.
Matt Mills slips by on the bottom.
He had some pretty serious issues there. That's the 27 of Keith McGee. He was involved in that first incident.
At the hole. That was Tanner Gray, the 15, got shoved out of line, looked to come back down, not clear, and he's going to go in the wrong direction. Caution is out. 6th of the night. That's the 27. That's Keith McGee.
Keith had been in an accident earlier.
Looks like a single truck in. Already made contact, it looks like, with a wall. He's going to end up in the grass in the tri-oval.
Wow, that's a hard hit, Phil.
Yeah, and so many times, and we saw it earlier, when you have some damage from a previous wreck, you're going to get tire rubs and flat tires. I'm not sure that one.
See if we can see Keith hit. Oh, wow, something just broke on that truck.
Had to break on the right front of that truck and just turned him straight into the outside. Fortunately, safer barrier.
Yeah. We saw Ryan. Sauter.
Is Bailey Curry going to come up and give him a bump? That 41 truck.
No, I think he just got loose.
Just got loose, and Bailey Curry goes around as well. Bailey's going to get into the inside safer barrier. Brett Holmes keeps his truck out of the safer barrier. Just got loose up off the corner.
We've seen it repeatedly. And maybe that run that Johnny Sauter had on the outside, he was down a little bit lower on Brett than he was used to.
Just pulled that rear end of that truck around.
That's the hardest part of this racetrack when you're on the inside of another truck, is getting off turn 4.
42 to go.
I think we pit, Adam.
I was going to say, what are you thinking here strategy-wise? Because we know we're outside the window, or at least in theory, but we've had so many cautions.
Yeah, most everybody does.
Top 10.
Clear bottom, clear bottom. Tell me what happened into 3 there so I know. Run was coming too fast. I was not going to block it. I just want to ride on the bottom. It's only lap 71.
Is that Rhodes again?
Yeah.
That's him losing his lap. Oh, he's going to crash.
There goes Ben Rhodes.
I don't know about that move.
Caution is out. 8th one of the night.
Talked about him. He was getting lapped, and he was in the middle of all those trucks.
You know, he's probably wanting to catch the draft. I don't know what happened, but, you know, a lot of times you just bail up to the high side. Yeah, it went.
Yeah, it's gone now, and he's doing all he can do.
Pretty remarkable.
To try to keep that.
That he's hanging on to it right here.
And eventually.
Look at it turn sideways. And then he catches Tanner Gray in the 15 truck.
Luckily, no more trucks were involved than were.
Sure could have been.
Now we ride on board with Ben Rhodes.
Looks like Tony Breitinger had a little bit of contact as well.
She got damaged. We mentioned Tanner Gray. That 15 truck has really gotten beaten up in this race.
But he continues to march on. I don't know when.
Look at Corey Heim.
Ty Majeski, both drivers that have had some problems tonight, despite the fact that they've had solid trucks, and they're able to make it through this unscathed.
These caution laps will help those drivers trying to make 40 laps on this run.
That was a fun run. Wasn't a lot of action.
First time tonight we had really developed a rhythm.
Yes, sir. Joy up top.
Trying to get back. It's a push, and he's going to push him sideways.
There goes Eckes around.
Right.
Into Parsons. Johnny Sauter gets a piece. And other drivers scattering to miss the accident. Caution number 9.
Man. What a mess. Eckes, Sauter, Parsons right there battling for the lead. Let's get loose. Looked like maybe Taylor Gray came up a bit, huh, Phil?
Yeah, I think so.
And maybe that caused Christian to turn to the right a bit, and then it went around. Let's see what Danny Dye sees. He's going to see a lot.
Really nice job by Daniel Dye.
Right place at the right time, but didn't panic. Rolled out of the gas and just kept his truck pointed straight.
Boyd Steffen was absolutely in the wrong place at the wrong time. A lot of damage to that ballpark Chevrolet.
How many drivers have said that over the years racing at Daytona? Wrong place, wrong time.
Does a heck of a job hanging on to it after that contact. He's on pit road along with Christian Eckes, Dean Thompson.
And kick off our season with a good, good high note, right? I think points are more important than people realize, but yeah, most embarrassing was pulling up, trying to salvage it, not involve anybody, and then.
Very, very loose was Holmes. This is so aggressive.
Got trouble again. Tony Breitinger in the 1. The 5 is Dean Thompson. Teammates at Tricon. It produces our 10th caution of the night.
Ooh, just kisses the inside safer barrier. See, right front tire is flat on the one of Tony Breitinger. The 0-2. Let's see if we can see what happened. Something happened to Mason Massey, it looks like, and he slows on the racetrack. And Tony and the 5 are running nose to tail in the 5. I think gets in the back of Tony, pushes her in to Mason Massey.
What a great job by Stuart Friesen. He had to just patiently sit there and watch those trucks spin and was able to slip through there.
Closing on 10 laps remaining. Under caution one more time for the trucks at Daytona.
See what he can do now. Give him a push on the back.
Oh, there
Tyler
goes the
Ankrum
out of shape. Caution is out. Contact with Purdy. Eckes gets a piece as well.
We've seen how loose that truck's been all night long.
We said we didn't think that we would go to the end without another caution.
Chase Purdy with big damage there on the 70. Get away from him. Watch this save. This is incredible. Raja right on the back with a push, entering the corner.
Woo! And that's worse than it even looked.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. Watch the 70. Watch the orange and blue truck. That's the 18 of Ankrum. You've got the 77 of Purdy right behind him. He's going to pull up and push him. And it just turned him to the inside. Then he tried to save it.
It pushed him sideways.
Everybody else here just nowhere to go. Christian Eck is getting involved as well.
This is ugly.
Going to get another look at it here. It's amazing no more trucks were involved than there were, guys.
I was going to say, you know, it's Ankrum that gets shoved out of line and collects some others, but they're all just dancing around. They seem so unstable in the draft.
As always, Daniel Dye gives us great pictures of everything. And I think the trend from last year is continuing. Everything happens right in front of Daniel Dye.
Yep.
So he's doing all he can do to control that truck, and it just gets away from him. Then he turns down into chase. Timmy Hill does a nice job avoiding that, just going through the grass. Christian makes contact with Ankrum.
Look at that off-roading that Timmy Hill's doing through the infield grass, jumping up in the air.
We saw Grant Enfinger do that earlier. He's in the top 10 right now.
Still showing more than 20 trucks on the lead lap.
I can't believe there's more than 20 trucks on the lap on the track.
I was going to say we're going to run out of trucks, but the reality is we still have a bunch hanging.
They're still in the cleanup mode. The laps are winding down here. We get to the start-finish line. There will be 4 to go in the scheduled distance.
We're knocking on the door of overtime tonight.
This is the point.
At Daytona, Sanchez, Carruth on the front row.
Great start by Sanchez, but Carruth and LaJoie are coming hard on the outside. Remember Corey Heim, fresher tires. Can he use those to push harder?
He's been quiet all night long, but here he is, set up to maybe steal it late.
Remember the rule about pushing. They said they were going to enforce that.
LaJoie all over his teammate out front. Raja Carruth to the point. Outside comes Taylor Gray pushing Nick Sanchez.
Nice move by Sanchez to swing to the outside. LaJoie's come unhooked from Carruth.
Remember, once we get the white flag, the next flag will end the race. And the white flag is out. Nick Sanchez, your leader. Second.
Taylor Gray right there fighting for a win, too.
Corey Heim in the mix. Ty Majeski is there.
Raja sideways, hangs onto it.
Sanchez will try to work both. Oh, trouble.
And there's a crash. Caution is out. The race is over. Trucks up in the air. Nick Sanchez leading when the caution flag came out.
Was that?
Good job, boys.
He is going to bring it back around to the checkers. Nick Sanchez, when he was 5, taken to a race at Homestead, Miami by his uncle. He fell in love with NASCAR. And the Florida kid going to win for the first time in his career at Daytona International Speedway.
How about that? Raja's going to end up second.
Raja did a great job there, just come up a little bit short. There's Corey LaJoie caught up in this wreck.
We saw a truck upside down. It looked like an orange truck. Certainly don't want to speculate and be wrong. Daniel Dye, who did such a nice job, also caught up in this last lap incident. See Daniel taking his helmet off. That's a good sign. Maintain speed too. They can't just be crashing and then cross that timing line. Let's see what happens here. Raja gets into Jack Wood, turns him around. Watch the 17. Just contact from Daniel Dye, turns him over.
Bailey Curry in the middle of that mess. Matt Crafton sliding along. He keeps his truck pointed in the right direction. Look at Matt storm out of there.
Let's ride with Daniel Dye.
Our Fox In Race reporter
and cameraman. Oh, wow.
Unbelievable impact.
Daniel had no idea there was going to be a truck right in front of him when he went down that straightaway.
Or on top of him, either
exactly.
one.
What a SHIT show. I mean, that was crazy. Like, I mean, I've never avoided so many wrecks in my life. I can't believe I have a clean truck. But I'm not going to complain about it. It's truck racing. It happens. But super proud of Truck on Garage and Toyota Racing. Got a little bit of work to do for Talladega with the speed of this thing. But I thought the best strategy for me was to lay low and hopefully be there at the end. And we were. And looks like we came up one short.
That is scary looking.
It's just amazing.
But like you said, that's about as soft as you can turn one over.
That's exactly right. And it didn't just keep tumbling either, like we've seen happen so many times. I don't know if Raja just lost the front end of his number 71 Chevy or what went down there, but he definitely went up the track and made contact. Look at that mess. Phil, did you see Stefan sliding through there anywhere?
He did get through there, yes.
Watch this, just out of nowhere. Smoke, smoke. Truck. Now,
watch it hit the roof. Man, oh man. That's on the list of things you don't want to see out your windshield.
There goes those
There's the hot dog going by.
Ballpark Frank squeezing through.
Amanda?
Raja, there was many ways that I was going to go in this conversation with you, but I saw you hand the phone back that you were just on, and the name said Rick Hendrick. What did that conversation go?
Yeah, it's all because of him, you know, being in this spot. So I'm really thankful for Mr. H and the Hendrick Automotive Group, along with Spire Motorsports and Chevy, because the only reason I got a ride this year.
Or if it creates some handling issues in the middle of the pack, because when you got cars 3 wide side by side, exit at turn 4, you're going to have a lot of movement as they really put the squeeze on Tony Breidinger exiting the tri-oval.
Greg Van Alst making moves early.
Trouble already.
And we've got Tony Breidinger around the 25, and they're wrecking all over the place. Caution is out.
Well.
Yeah, SVG is in that as well.
Shane Van Gisbergen had to run this race to be able to race in the Xfinity race, so this will be interesting to see what the officials say.
I think Tanner Gray and the Gibbs number 18 was also in that.
Jeff Schofield in the 07 we see there.
Big damage to Amber Balkan.
Amber Balkan full-time.
I think that's Ed Pompa in the number 10 car for Andy Hillenberg. Let's see if she gets squeezed.
So I think the 02 got a push there and wiggled down the racetrack, and then they just kind of squeezed and touched on corner entry to 1. Just really tough part of the corner. The car is really light, and obviously a small push when you're racing that close, you know, only a few inches door to door, generates some contact.
Yeah, and the majority of these cars that involve nothing they could do. There, Tony gets into the 97 of Jason Kitzmiller.
and everybody else is just checking up, trying to miss it. I mean, half
doing
the
their
cars
best to
in the
try
back.
to miss it.
See the 28 on the right side of your screen spinning around. That's Shane Van Gisbergen.
Here's a Sioux Chief on board for Tony Breidinger.
Yeah, so when that push got delivered to the 55, I mean, Tony, you can see by the lines on the racetrack, she was holding her car dead straight. Just got a push. That 02 car came down the racetrack and shoved her into the inside lane, and then everyone else is involved.
Yeah, I mean, we're 2-3 laps into the race, and we're already pushing people sideways into each other. And let's get some laps in. Let's get some laps in before we start all the
time. You have to know how far a run can carry, and it was really cool reading some of Marco's interviews about why he wants to be in this series. He's raced on some of the biggest stage. Ooh, big accident with one of our already damaged cars.
Yeah, Mandy Chick. She had a top 5 finish here last year. Was involved in an accident. More than likely, probably a tire rub from some damage from that earlier wreck.
With Mandy Chick.
Yeah, I think similar to what you said, Phil. Probably had a tire go down, and
saw all the debris on the racetrack, probably from where that tire went down.
Crush panel, the whole rear fender's gone on that car. Flying in. I didn't see many of that really at all throughout the field. So I think you got the fastest.
Oh no!
Cars. Oh gosh, we got Christian Rose
trying
to hang on to it.
Can he save it? They're avoiding him all around. What a time you can keep it off the wall here is a job well done for Christian Rose.
Without a doubt. That's a tough spot being turned sideways in the tri-oval.
Almost heaven. Nice save.
So here he is, bottom lane in the tri-oval.
It's like the
just getting a push.
Car, just a push going, but that's not the place to push. It's in the tri-oval. The corners, I know the ARC officials tell these drivers all the time, please don't push in the corners or in the tri-oval, and that's where it goes bad.
It's the absolute worst place on the racetrack to give a push, receive a push, because you have both challenges. One, you don't have the 30 degrees of banking that give the car the grip, but also you do have a bit of a turn, so you're asking something out of the tires. The car's probably a good move, thinking twice about that, get the pack reorganized. Obviously, we're expecting some sort of a caution as it hits right now.
And caution comes out. This is the scheduled caution.
Oh,
and we have cars all the way around as the caution came out. That's Willie Mullins, the pole sitter going around.
Dale Quarterly, the 4, Leland Honeyman, and the 02.
Got a couple others back there involved. Somebody stopped on the track. Can't really see the number there.
That's the 13 car right there. That's
Armani Williams.
Looking off in some accordion here. We've got Mark Andretti already spun all the way at the top of the field. Comes down in Dale Quarterly, and other cars just dodging the miss and locking down brakes. I wonder what further back, probably exited turn 2, how Marco got turned sideways.
Doesn't look like Leland Honeyman had much damage. You see that's Patrick Emmerling, the blue and white car behind Marco. This is about the time the caution is going to come out. I'm not sure it's out yet.
Yep, you saw it on the
Okay,
wall right
so the
there.
caution is out, but I'm not sure anyone had backed off yet.
They looked really stacked up in that outside lane. I don't know if the couple of leaders were backing up, but Marco was really tucked up. I believe that was the 55 at Gus Dean. I think he was trying to stay off of him, and whether if that's due to the fact that Marco doesn't really have a rear bumper anymore, is that what makes that push go so bad, or is it just that big of a run? Kind of hard to tell from the front-facing angle, but either way, hooked Marco in front of the field.
Watch right side of your screen. There's the 17 of Marco.
Yeah, so Marco actually never even gets to the back of him. So he was just trying to stay off of the 55 because he got checked up behind I believe, LeVar Scott. Just a bit of an accordion there.
Yeah, Marco may have tapped the brakes to keep him running into the 55 of Gus Dean.
How about the camera work of our crew? It's been a long, long day.
Sure
Second
has.
race of the day. Before that, we had Cup Series practice. We had qualifying for trucks, qualifying
Xfinity
for Xfinity practice. So hats off to all. Look back at one of the incidents he had.
See, Marco's getting to experience every angle of Daytona today.
Yeah, the backwards part isn't that much fun.
Backwards part, the grass. He's had quite the cultural experience introduction to the Arc Menard series. But to your point, Jamie, he's still on the lead lap. Still 13 laps to go.
You know, I looked at his schedule. He's racing at least 6 times. Saw
by the 44.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Another great spot to not push is entering the corners. So we've covered all the spots to not push, and that's one of them.
Thomas Annunziata
just gets really light as it drops into the banking. Got a lot of damage on I believe, Leland Honeyman's car. Got a car in the grass here. We are still under green.
Brian Roulette, he's got a lot of damage. He's crab walking.
Front of the field is now single file. Like I said before, that business in 3 and 4 with that car on the
ARCAracing.com and see who's crowned Reese's Sweet Move of the race. Is this another one?
Big Willie saved it.
He saved it. What a great save.
The magical day continues. Hang on to it, Willie. He's keeping it down there.
And that is separated the field even more. Man, I wonder if he just got loose there.
I think there might have been a little bit of a touch there from Armani Williams.
Add it to the list of don't push here.
Yeah.
Wow, what a good save. Look how much steering he's got in that thing. On board here from LeVar Scott. I mean, he is. That reminds you of that Kyle Busch save. I don't know if it was 2015 or
when he won the Clash. When he won the Clash.
I mean, he is. I mean, look at the tire tracks he's leaving.
He's more than 45 degrees sideways.
And Big Willie never got out of the gas. He's standing on that thing. What a save. Good man.
Visuals. Yes, I think that's a nominee for the Reese's Sweet Move.
That is absolutely dovetailed.
Yeah, originally Austin and I thought maybe he cut a tire, but watch, the car's going to start sparking like maybe he's broken a track bar mount or something like that, but it's going to turn it sideways.
He's running 6th at the time and does a good job keeping the car off the wall, but does bend the nose up quite a bit. And like Phil mentioned, I think something more suspension related happened there. I mean, you saw a piece go flying and hit the outside wall, but all 4 tires are up once he got stopped.
Once he drives away from this, though, it looks like he's trailing some sort of fluid. So don't know whether that happened when the nose came down and hit the apron or not. You can see how it's bent the nose up there.
Yeah, tough deal, but it will definitely pack us back up. Ooh, great question. I think it all depends on how long this outside lane stays in. We've got 2 really fast cars.
And around goes the 99. That's Michael Maples.
The wall. Oh gosh.
And another huge hit, and they hit again.
And there's Shane.
Mentioned Scott Melton.
Is that Big Willie? That was Big Willie that hit Scott Melton.
Willie Mullins right there in the 3. He was the pole sitter.
Looked like he hit him really hard, and then it looked like it hung the throttle wide open almost. And
yeah, a couple big impacts there. Obviously, in the right side of your screen, gets pretty wide coming off the corner and just loses it.
Just got loose.
He's got something sparking back there. I think he had some sort of an issue where he lost the back of the car because he was kind of tracking up the racetrack all the way on the exit of the corner by himself, and then obviously collects kind of a bystander there in the 69 car, and Willie Mullins hits a ton in the back of that car.
And it's hard to see it from this angle, but there was a lot more smoke than it looked like, probably from the angle that we were looking at it. So Willie was probably in that smoke.
Yeah,
he's going to catch Melton in the right rear corner.
Tell you what, that was a great evasive maneuver by that black car there, and a lot of these other guys missing some of this debris. And then you got SVG here coming to pit road and just rejoining the race, and he tattoos the infield.
Chantel, the 75 goes around.
You could see it right there where you mentioned that it looked like the throttle hung. Hoping that Willie is okay. So violent, you see that impact. They have brought the red flag out. But I'm hearing the fans all applauding, so that is usually a very good sign to say that they see the driver exit the car. Of course, very thankful for that. Yep, there too. And Jake Finch, boy, working 60 laps led so far tonight. So impressive for this young man.
We've got a car on fire.
We've got a car on fire. There it is, Marco Andretti. He's had that damage, had a couple issues earlier, and the caution is out for the 8th time with about 3.5 laps to go in this race.
Oh, wow. More than likely, we will have a 1-lap overtime shootout. I don't think we can do team orders there.
Damage from before. Started smoking on corner entry there, turn 1, right front tire flat into the wall, probably cuts an oil line or something, caused that fire.
He was running up in the top 10. I said when we talked before about him running just outside the top 10, it was not out of the question, but it's going to be the end of it for Marco.
Tell you what, our newcomers have had a very tough time. We got
they have
a modified legend, you know, have a mechanical problem. We got, you know,
oh, look at the smoke there, Austin.
Marco Andretti struggling. We got Shane Van Gisbergen out in the first wreck. These guys have not had an easy introduction into super speedway racing. That's a tough lick with the right front going down on corner entry from the bottom lane.
Here it is, everything on the line. Who will win at Daytona? There they go, side by side, the teammates. They head into turn 1. Jake Finch, Gus Dean.
They weren't able to do what we expected as far as the teammate restart. It's delayed a lot further, and Gus Dean has the advantage now as the second place car, and Andres Perez has a big run here. He's trying to get clear. Gus Dean's getting way too far out in front, and we're gonna have a run from the outside as well.
Jake's gonna have a run. Now it seizes up a little bit. Little side draft on Andres Perez.
It's gonna depend on which lane gets the bigger push.
Oh no.
Jake Finch goes around and dominated this race, wrecking all over the place at the front of the field. That will end this race. Andres Perez, huge hit on top of another car. Gus Dean in the 55 will unofficially be the winner of this race.
Just a lot of pushes, and there was a lot of momentum coming back to that third row, and that outside lane started it, and yeah, just a lot of pushing and shoving.
Yeah, I think Andy J was in the back of Jake, and I think Andy J had Lewis in the back of him as well, and they all just
it was almost simultaneous. The inside and the outside got to the second row at the same time and just kind of fishtailed each other into both lanes.
Watch Perez in that 2 car up against the outside wall.
He's actually climbing over another car here. And he like stays mounted on top of the 73
Andy
car.
J's car.
Is that Armani Williams?
It is. It is.
The 13. What an impact for Jake Finch. Led 66 laps tonight, only to go straight into the wall on the final lap. Here's another look.
Yeah, Jake's just going down the straightaway, and they start pushing and shoving there, and
should be good onboard view here from Perez coming up, as he's obviously the car that's.
He's on top of Andy Jankowiak's car.
This could be a wild ride. So he's getting the side draft, thinks he has a chance to win this race, and then lots of pushing and shoving. 20 gets turned into the fence, and then 2 car goes for a ride.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing pictures.
Teammate at Joe Gibbs Racing on board here. This is the Toyota onboard Shelton Creed.
There we go.
And we have our first caution of the night. It's going to be Sam Mayer in the 1.
Well, there's another car involved.
That is not good.
Kyle Weatherman, the 91.
Trying to figure out how those other 2 cars got caught up in that.
It looked like the white car. Is that
Haley Keegan?
Is that Haley? Uh-oh. Yeah.
Looked like a big stack up, really.
Yeah, and Daniel got out of the gas, and whoever was right behind Daniel didn't see the stack up or didn't get the word. And there's Haley running into the back of the Wendy's car.
I think about Sam Mayer, and I rewinded this race a year ago, and he was in the hunt, had a chance to win it on the final lap. And if you remember, coming off turn 2, got upside down. Scary crash for him, and tonight eliminated
pretty hard
early.
hit right there.
Boy, that was a hard hit.
Yeah, you don't like to see those angles.
Tough break for a driver who ended last season so strong.
You could see Daniel's eyes. He looked up in the mirror because he knew he was off the gas, and he wanted to make sure that the person behind him wasn't going to hit him. And as soon as he looked up, bam, contact.
So how do you avoid that? I mean, very difficult.
You can't see 2 cars ahead of you, so it's just tough. See the fire come out the exhaust, somebody let off, and bam.
Want to report Anthony Alfredo had an uncontrolled tire on the cyclist stop, so he had to start from the rear. And look at Blaine Perkins, the blue car inside lane, driving that 29 full-time contest. And there goes Jesse Love.
I was worried about that.
Third caution of the night. Nemechek involved. Allmendinger, Austin Hill.
I did not like the situation he was in. And that got Austin Hill caught up in it. I don't know if he's got any damage or not.
I don't think any damage for Austin Hill.
Yeah, the 20 turned hard left. He got into my...
Doesn't look like a tough place to be. Let's see if we can see if there's contact or what exactly happens. See the third car back in the center. The 2, there's pushing going on.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit of contact from behind.
And it went wrong right there. Was that John Hunter? That
looked like John Hunter, yeah. Just a little bit too much of a push. Yeah, they're trying to make that center lane surge, and they almost have to be touching each other, you know, bump drafting so they can make that happen. And man, cars are not quite stable enough for that.
Look at that simultaneous slide for the 20 and 21, and Austin did a really good job of righting the ship and hanging on to it. He's got damage, but it could have been a whole lot worse.
Just a lot of wind in the middle of that racetrack when you're the center of 3 wide. Your car's getting buffeted from both directions, and if you get any little bit too aggressive with the steering wheel, you'll get behind in your steering in a hurry. This should be wild. We're going to hop on board with Austin Hill as he slides through the grass. I don't think any damage to that car.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. I don't see any.
Also saw Sammy Smith driving through the grass. This is the Bennett Transportation onboard camera.
Yeah, he did get some.
Yeah,
probably did get some damage from that.
That right front. He had to like his spirit, though. He saw him starting to get sideways and saw that open track ahead and was able to just gun it. But unfortunately, John Hunter came down. Watch Austin.
And listen. The audio would make you think the car is destroyed. Yeah. Justin Allgaier leading at Daytona under caution for the 3rd time tonight. It's our 2nd crash. Got started middle of the pack, and one of the victims, our pole sitter, the rookie Jesse Love. Shoots through on the inside. He's side by side with Custer now.
Retzlaff in the middle.
Somebody shoots out of line.
I think Allgaier.
It is Allgaier.
I saw smoke. I couldn't figure out what happened.
Oh, and here comes.
Took off right there. I got a flat, though.
Smithley in the 6. I think he tried to side draft and just slid up too high.
Sit nice and easy. You got a lot of.
Oh, yeah. He just tried to get up, be aggressive with that side draft, and it carried him up there just quicker than he thought.
I think so.
Yeah.
Good job, though, controlling that car, spinning it around and keeping it off that inside wall.
you expect these veterans like Allgaier to make better decisions? We're only 45 laps into a 100-lap race, 120-lap race. Not the time to be that aggressive with that move.
That thing jumped up there awful quick, though, didn't it?
We have an early candidate for the save of the night, I'll tell you.
I like
Pretty good.
And last summer we came here, and Allgaier got his first Daytona win. And he did so in convincing fashion, beating Sheldon Creed by 0.005 of a second.
I wouldn't count him out tonight either.
No way. Let's listen to 00 team audio here.
Everywhere. They've got him together pretty good right now.
Looks okay. Yeah, that pit crew is filled with some guys that are real mechanics. They know how to fix a race car and do it quick.
Got another spinner. That's Nemechek.
Oh.
Josh Bilicki, 92.
Yeah, looks like he got the worst of that.
Big time damage. Fifth caution of the evening comes out, 10 to go in our second stage.
Nemechek was around when we caught him on our Fox Sports cameras. He had some damage. It makes you wonder,
Yep. Looks
there
like
goes the left rear tire.
Yep. Like he did a pretty good job not to do any more damage to the car. Wow. Got lucky too.
Oh, and just contact there into the back of the 92.
Nemechek involved in that earlier crash. We talked about the fact he got a lap down, was able to get back on the lead lap via the free pass, running 17th when he had the tire go down, and now we're under caution again.
One thing they're going to have to do here is make sure that the damage is cleared from that left rear. Don't have that many sets of tires to work with here in the Xfinity Series.
Got 4 sets for the weekend, and you used them for practice, qualifying, and the race. And fortunately, you don't have to put a lot of tires on during the race, but you start making a bunch of pit stops because of damage and accidents like this. All of a sudden, you can have a shortage.
There's Josh Bilicki limping his way back to the pit. John Hunter doing the same.
Yeah, right front's down too now, but I think that was after the fact.
Result of the spin.
Under caution for the 7th time tonight. This time courtesy of Jeb Burton. And we felt like
pit. They've already made their last stops, and they'll have to line up behind them.
Let's see if we can tell what happens to the 27. He's getting ready to be the caution, and it's because of Shane trying to get in a hole that wasn't there.
Not there at all. See, Jeb Burton's lucky to get away with not getting any damage there.
Lucky, and also, did you see him? He had his foot on the floorboard too when he was sliding toward the wall, keeping those tires spinning, keeping him out of that wall. That's good driving.
We've seen some really, really good saves tonight. The buffet is open. Let's do the Golden Corral onboard camera.
Ah, such a helpless feeling when that happens to you.
He didn't quit driving it though.
No, he did.
He kept driving through that grass.
Was able to get her
job.
Head in the right direction, get him some tires.
Jeb's dad, Ward, won the Daytona 500 2002. 1 year after and 1 year before my man Michael Waltrip.
Look at those eyes.
Yeah, he's looking, trying to find a place to go.
That's a cool shot. I want to go back to something you said, Andy. Now on board with Austin Hill.
Look how fast that happens.
Shane Van Gisbergen just
oh, and then Shane goes for a spin.
Yeah, he did. I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
I wondered because I thought, man, he's got to be top 5, and then top 10 at least, and then I looked up and saw he wasn't there, and that's the reason why.
And he kept it out of the traffic.
Look at this save.
Wow.
We're talking about how good a save Jeb Burton made. This one was even better.
You don't do that in supercars. 81 supercar wins, 3 championships.
What a beautiful save there for Shane.
We'll take a break and reset. Going to be right around 20 laps to go when we return to the green flag here at Daytona.
Sliding up.
Sliding up and taking that line. Now what do we do?
Well,
we go for it.
Riley Herbst sliding to the inside. Looked like a little side draft there off of Ryan Sieg, and debris on track. We've got our 8th caution. And we got more than debris. Look at this.
Jeb Burton again.
Keep going straight here. Good. Just got ran the
Leland Honeyman.
Been a solid day for that Young's Motorsports rookie, but it looks like he's done.
Over. And then
looked like Parker Retzlaff and Jeremy Clements were arguing over space. And Honeyman got the worst of the deal.
We've seen that a handful of times tonight where it's just, I mean, we're talking about no more than a foot or so that these guys could cut each other a break and not cause these, but we've had quite a few cautions because of it.
Well, if you're going to cut someone a break, you're not doing it anymore. You're just going to race hard.
Remember, Austin Hill was back there.
Look at that.
I mean, yeah, we're talking about, less than 6 inches.
But Retzlaff would not let him have that 6 inches and was able just to drive through it.
Riding with Jeb Burton.
Let's look into his eyes. That was such a great shot of him earlier when he was out of control.
Jeb just can't catch a break tonight, can he? He's had a good car.
The unfortunate thing, he had gone a lap down. So a caution would have put him in line for the free pass. Unfortunately, he's a part of the caution and therefore does not qualify.
Let's watch.
Here's your push. Still bottom at 3 for the lead.
His teammate slapped the wall, and there goes Sage Karam. Another crash at Daytona. Justin Allgaier hopping through the grass.
What a mess is right, Andy.
Two of our top guys that'll be running for the championship involved in that.
Was that Austin Hill? There's Daniel Dye.
Had such a good night going.
Great run.
He's up there in that outside lane. He's getting a big run. That's just too hard. You can't hit somebody from behind that hard. I know you need to be pushing and shoving to try to get some momentum, but that was just no way to kind of survive that.
Yeah. There are a lot of guys that did a great job sliding through there.
Jesse Love.
Jesse Love. There's Daniel Dye spinning in the 10 car. Blaine Perkins slipping through.
Yeah, see that bump from Karen was just too much for Custer. He just couldn't hold on to it. Then it causes kind of a chain reaction.
Look at Truex. 4 wide on the bottom in the dirt. 44 off the ground with his front tires.
Yeah, Brennan Poole taking a hop there.
Sheldon Creed squeezing through, looks like. Jordan Anderson in the 32, right up the middle for the lead. You saw Austin Hill driving through that. He was ahead of the mess.
You see Cole Custer checking the mirror to see if he's going to get a push. He got one.
Man, that's such a horrible feeling. Listening to those crashes bring back a lot of bad memories, Andy. You wrecked a lot.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
I don't think that was a compliment.
I don't think it was.
No, I mean, we all do. I meant, you know what I meant.
Look at Sheldon Creed.
That's awesome.
He's right in the middle of this somehow. Look at that.
Did you hear him use the gas, too?
Yeah, great job.
Put that all in my rearview mirror.
I just got a text from Larry McReynolds. He said, I just sent a text to the pit box that said, reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time.
Let's go.
That was just a bad push by Karam. He had a big push from behind, and
yep.
Sometimes you just, you know, the push from the back could have been the problem for him.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell whether, you know, who's actually the one involved with those. Whether you're getting a bump from behind you that knocks you into somebody else, and makes it kind of hard to blame somebody.
I tell you, pit road's a busy place. Guys on and off. Herb served his penalty. Allgaier's getting more work on his car.
Herbst is dropped to the rear. Let's listen in.
He's up toward the top 5.
You like the Georgia Bulldogs? They're all Georgia boys up front right now. Hill, Chandler Smith, Brandon Jones. White flag is out. 1 to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Next flag will end the race. Austin Hill in front of his old teammate Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, Sheldon Creed's hungry for a win. Uh-oh.
There goes Ryan Sieg.
18, just watch 18.
That might do it.
Caution would end it.
No yellow. No yellow.
No yellow yet. Austin Hill out in front of Sheldon Creed.
Nobody's going to be able to get there yet. Here, 5 back 18, no yellow.
What an advantage on the final lap at Daytona. Sheldon Creed going to do it again. The Georgia drivers got the hat trick at the World Center of Racing. Austin Hill gets it done. 3rd consecutive February win at Daytona. Getting it done over his old teammate.
It continues to be Austin Hill showing away. Chandler Smith, second. Oh, spinning his lead. Ryan Sieg gets speared. They're piling up on the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway they come. Austin Hill now is leading the way up the end of the back stretch, racing his way back to turn number 3 for Sheldon Creed in hot pursuit. He is not close enough to make any sort of move. The 2 Jordan Anderson cars racing behind them for 3rd. But Austin Hill he's got 6 car lengths of Chandler Smith as they race back to the checkered flag.
In these decisions, Kevin, that spotter says clear up, you better be there.
Oh, crash! 2 cars slam together, and Harrison Burton takes a wild ride through the grass and up into more traffic, gets tagged, turned around, and 5 cars are in it. Ryan Preece.
I think he missed that inside wall. Harrison Burton, big damage on the 21 car.
And Carson Hocevar, the rookie, gets taken out into that 21. Harrison Burton.
Okay, you see Harrison Burton in the middle of that 3-wide conversation we're talking about, and we were also talking about John Hunter Nemechek kind of being iffy on his move.
Now the 42, John Hunter Nemechek on the outside of Burton, the green and white car, and Brad Keselowski and he make contact.
Keselowski got to his rear bumper, just took a little bit of a love tap, turned him sideways, kind of looked to me like he was on the left corner of that bumper, turned him right down into Harrison Burton.
Well, and it's just what we were talking about, Clint, with everybody trying to feel out exactly what their cars were doing, and those guys in the middle didn't have anything to do with the handling. So, you know, you see Brad into the back. Oh, yeah, you're exactly right, Clint. The 42 car of John Hunter Nemechek just got up a little higher. Brad was probably trying to stay square and being pushed by the guy behind him, and they just got a little bit offset right there.
Austin Dillon, Jimmy Johnson among those with damage in this one. We're 6 laps in at Daytona. but did not contact the wall.
We're lucky it didn't tear up any more cars than that. Look how many cars are behind him. 3 wide. You look up and see Harrison Burton sideways, Kevin, 6 laps into this race. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and as I was watching them slide through the grass, I was hoping they didn't do this and come back up the racetrack. You see, that's where all the cars got torn up. Jimmy Johnson's cars, it just depends on that left front tire and if the toe is knocked out, or I see him with the hood up on pit road. But Harrison Burton, what a terrible break for the Wood brothers and everything that you prepare for over the last 3 months. And we see this race go that time every once in a while. Just these early wrecks that sometimes start with just people trying to go and trying to move forward.
Burton would have been okay, but for coming back up on the racing surface, obviously couldn't slow down. Kaz Grala thought he had the high line clear, and he did until Burton got there. A lot of damage here. Let's ride with Jimmy Johnson.
Terrible feeling.
Smoke. You see it.
Yeah, and he just.
That's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, that was a lot harder than I thought.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for Harrison Burton. Riding in the middle, doing nothing wrong, minding his own business. Those guys were 3 wide on his outside, kind of stacked that line up a little bit. No, nothing he could do at all.
And the one thing you notice from Jimmy Johnson's car as he was in the back of the pack there, with this particular car, you can't just hang back like you used to. You have to be somewhat close to the pack. You see Ryan Preece sliding through there. Harrison Burton's radiator and ductwork, everything fly out of the front of the car.
That's a good point, Kevin. You know, in years past, back in the day.
With him.
Now Logano the outside. They can't get around.
Oh, Keselowski gets turned by William Byron. Blaney gets caught up. Gilliland, Truex, Hamlin, and more.
All those Fords were struggling to get around Chastain. Who could get around and get that clean air track position first? That's what happened.
You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. And you see Alex Bowman up the racetrack, and then they start zigging and zagging here. And
well, obviously, William Byron and Bowman, that's where it ended up. But the movement from the 6 and the 22, jockeying for position, trying to outduel one another to that position of passing Chastain, that's what stacked all those guys up and got them in trouble. Those guys were going for it. Chastain was holding them up. You saw the 6 go to the bottom. You saw the 22 go to the outside. The race was on, and unfortunately, those guys behind him.
This gives you a much better view right there. You see the 24 car just being pushed, and sometimes you're not aligned, and you know you're not lifting, and that car gets to moving around, and you hope it works out, and it just didn't work out right here.
We saw this same scenario playing out at the duels the other night when Blaney got in a wreck. You really can't pin it on anybody. It's hard racing, everybody going for it, but when those cars move in front of them, it slows the energy down.
Let's ride with Alex Bowman.
He was trying to stay off of him.
And you heard him lifting out of the gas.
Several times. This probably tells the other part of the story. You're not going to run 3 wide that long.
Well, we said it several laps ago, right? We both said it. The way that the pushes were coming, it was just a matter of time before this happened. And with the energy and everything that there is right now, it's just too much for the cars to handle to go straight. And that was a classic example of just getting shoved a little bit too hard and getting out of shape, and it's not time to lift.
Here's Denny Hamlin.
Terrible feeling.
Nothing you could do. Long for the ride. Landed right in his lap.
And we'll look out the back of Ross Chastain's number 1.
Oh.
And This is Ross Chastain's crew led by Phil Surgeon. Yep, they were out in front of it.
I mean, that was inches that they missed the back bumper of that car.
Yeah, when Kozlowski turns.
Oh my gosh. If that left rear quarter panel wasn't curved in a little bit, I mean, it went right with the curvature of the left rear quarter panel.
Ross Chastain and Brandon McReynolds did a phenomenal job of keeping those guys behind him. Had he slipped up one time and missed a block, he'd have been right in the middle of that.
All right, let's do this next replay in real time. Chase Briscoe, the Mahindra tractor cam. Wow, that was Days of Thunder right there.
I mean, it's just a typical super speedway wreck that happened at the front of the pack at the end of the straightaway, and there's just nowhere to go and nothing to do. You just hope you're not damaged as bad as everybody else.
Now the driver's not just there along for the ride. Let's watch Daniel Suarez. You saw that steering wheel spin hard. That's why he's got his hands off it to avoid injury.
Yeah, and I saw him squint his eyes after that first hit. Those were big hits.
All right, Denny Hamlin next.
Yeah, those hits are coming from behind the car, and those are the worst hits in this car as you're getting rear-ended. And you see his head fly forward. Those are actually coming from the back of the car. Some of them are from the front, but the first couple shots are from the back of the car, and that's just the violence of the wrecks that happen in this vehicle.
Wow. And here's Eric Jones.
Never stopped driving.
No, he'd drive it all the way, but I like the way he had it hands on the wheel where he couldn't get a thumb or a finger caught in the spokes if that thing jerked around on him.
Foot on the throttle too. He was wheeling it. Oh, that one got his wrist.
Yeah,
that one got his wrist.
Grabbed his hand. Yeah,
a tough week for Ryan Blaney. Thursday night and Monday night. Joey Logano.
You see how quick they want to get their hands off the wheels with these rack and pinion steerings, Kevin. Tell us how much stronger that is than what it used to be.
Yeah, and that's the reason that you see a lot more of these guys take their hands off the wheel, because the rack will just jerk your hands out, and if your thumbs are in there, it'll break them. We saw Ryan Blaney grab his wrist there. Eric Jones, he held onto the wheel, but he holds the wheel with his thumbs up on top of the wheel. A lot of guys do not. They hold their thumb around the wheel, and the spokes will literally rip your thumbs off and break them.
Yeah, I think it was his wrist. It could have been his thumb. I mean, to your point, usually is. That's why it hooks your wrist.
Yeah, and a lot of times when that wheel is spinning around like that, sometimes it'll hurt your shoulder a little bit too as the wheels come in the opposite way. But you'll see
his
right hand right here. Oh.
Ryan's ready to get out of here.
He's ready to go home. Yes.
Cindric tried the top. No. Got back in line. Now Chastain has a push.
A lot of energy on this outside. Chastain, here he comes, Kevin.
Well, we saw the same thing that happened to the top lane with the bottom lane. They got broke up, and now we've got William Byron leading the bottom lane with Austin Cindric behind him. Ross Chastain leading the outside lane.
1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One
Here's
Bank,
block,
and away
pit
they go. That is Cindric into Chastain and up into traffic.
Did they complete that lap?
And did the leader get the white flag?
This
Caution
could be
waving.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
I don't know if he got it out in time. I
believe they saw the white flag.
Austin Cindric going for a wild ride here, as did Ross Chastain.
You see the light on, you see Bowman ahead of Byron right there, but need to back it up and see this again.
And we'll await a ruling from NASCAR.
Regardless, if it's going to be those two, you see the checkered flag out. It's a Hendrick Motorsports win. The question is, who won it for him?
And the Daytona 500.
Race winner will be the 24. We'll need the 24 to the start-finish line.
Goes to victory lane. William Byron from Charlotte started out playing video games, racing on his computer. Says, Dad, I want to try this.
Oh.
They came to Charlotte and hopped in legend cars. He started winning all the way to NASCAR, won in Truck Series Xfinity Champion.